Hello, hi everyone. Hello and welcome to another Sunday night. I hope that we're going to do a bit of fun crafting tonight, and I'm very excited to have you with me. Nice to see we've got some people here already. I'd like to go through everyone's names, but I think there's already too many people here. I'm a couple of minutes late too. My apologies for those of you who've been waiting. But it's good to see everyone. Nice to have you here with me. Hi. Donnie, you're making a card. That's exciting. That's nice. Yeah, purple's a popular color with the girls, and a lot of people, I won't say older ladies because a lot of younger ladies love purple too. So, but it does seem to be a very popular color with older members of the card making and card receiving community. So I hope that's a fair thing to say. Anyone else find that? Hi, Salvega. Hi, Nari. Hello and welcome. Hi, Megan. Nice to see everyone here tonight. I'm sorry if I haven't said your name. I thought I'm operating on very few hours of sleep tonight, so I haven't really got back onto regular schedule. My body still wants to wake up at 3 a.m. Each morning I've been home so far, so I'm hoping tonight maybe I'll get a full night's sleep. That'd be really nice, because the problem with waking up at 3 a.m. is then you can't get back to sleep again. Well, I can't, because my body thinks, oh, it's time to be awake now. And I need to say, no, it isn't. In scones. That's a nice idea, Jody. I don't think I've tried it in scones. So, but I know you can. I know you can include it in various cooking things. Hey, Ellen, nice to see you. Sorry I haven't rung you yet. I thought of you a few times today, and yeah, I just haven't got to it. But I will get to it, I promise. Just might be a little later than I thought. Okay, so I'm going to go and just do something fairly simple tonight. I got while I was away, I'd placed an order and it arrived while I was gone. And it is a new set from the mini. So let's switch over to the desk and let's have a look. All right. Let's see, how straight is my picture? That's better. There we go. Lollies and chocolate? Ooh, nice idea. Yes, indeed it is, Ellen. Yeah, I know. The body clock just hasn't swung back over this time. Sometimes it happens quick and, I can manage it. This time, nah. This time it's not doing what I want it to. All right. So I'm going to play with a set. I have shown you this paper before. This is the Gingham Cottage paper. But I also, while I was away, ordered the stamp set and the dies. So I've got the bundle to go with it now. So let's have a little look at these because they're really pretty. There's some really nice samples. Oh, what happened? Why did we lose our... Hang on a second. I don't know what's going on. My phone decided to play games. Give me a second, guys. I hope you can still hear me. Let's see. Is it going back over? I think it is. I don't know what happened then, because it was sitting in the holder and all of a sudden it just disappeared. Ellen, does that ever happen to you? Hey, Laura, nice to see you there. No, we're not doing a fun fold tonight, Megan. I couldn't get myself organized to do that. Yeah, I don't know what went on there. My phone just said, no, I don't want to do that. And it stopped. Right. Could you hear me right through the whole thing? And it was just the picture that went? Or could you not hear me as well? Very, very odd. Anyway, good. So yeah, no fun fold tonight, but we might do that next weekend. Okay, I'll put some thought into that and come up with something. But that was just too much for me this weekend. I'm going very, very simple tonight. So let's have a look at this lovely paper. So in this bundle, okay, so you've got the suite, which is everything. Whenever you see a suite, it means that you can put in one code and order everything that is on the opposite page. Okay, so you can order any of these things separately. You could get the Pearlized Effects, you could get the paper, you could get the dies, you could get the stamps, or you could get all of it. But if you get all of it, rather than having to order each code, there is actually a suite code, which is ordering everything with one code. It's just easy. Yeah, maybe the phone is jet lagged. Maybe. That makes sense, Subu. I would like to do that. That would be nice. I'll try. Oh, you can still hear me? Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. But yes, I will next weekend try and have that fun fold card that we were talking about the other day, because that was one of the swaps that I got when I was away, and yeah, it'd be fun to try and recreate that. So I'm going to borrow that idea, and let me grab this paper. Now I know this is not this paper. What do you think of the paper? I like it, but I know not everyone, and I know there's someone watching who said she wasn't so keen on this paper, wasn't sure about it. So, yes. But what I do like is that it's got a whole bunch of gingham designs, some bigs, like this is a big one. This is a smaller one on the other side. This one's diagonal. So lots and lots of different ideas, okay? And we've got some really interesting colours. You might have seen there was a card I did a couple of weeks back before I went away. I like this one because it looks like almost like a chalkboard kind of a look. This is Calypso Coral. Calypso Coral on the other side. Garden Green, Mint Macaron. And if ever you're wondering what colours are in a paper, it will tell you in the catalogue. But once you've got the paper, sometimes it's easiest. I don't know if I've got it here. The backing sheet that comes with the paper always has, or sometimes it's on the outside of the packaging, but always the colours are mentioned there. Look, there's Smoky Slate. That's really nice as well. So the small gingham is okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. But I like all of it, and I've been having a lot of fun. And some of it to me is quite Christmas themed. Like this, the red to me looks quite Christmassy, but some of the other colours could be used for other occasions. You know, you could do, for example, the Blushing Bride and White, be nice for a little baby girl, and you could do a really fun card for a baby girl. But what is nice about this paper is you might notice there's heaps of it in here. Okay, it's not just a 12-sheet pack like our normal packs. Instead, it's 48 sheets, so it's 4 times as big as your average pack. So obviously, it's a more expensive one. It's $53, but you're getting actually better value because you're getting 48 sheets instead of 12. So it's normally $21 for 12 sheets. It's $53 for 48. So it's actually good value, okay? And if you're a demonstrator, it's what, for someone like myself, it's really good value because it makes it really easy to do classes because there's 4 sheets of each, which means you have plenty to work with if you're doing a class or a stamper stack or something like that. So the orange, I think, has more of a Halloween-y look about it, especially with that black there. But I do like it because it can be used for lots of different things. I'm a big fan of the Calypso Coral. But anyway, that's the paper, and you can do lots of fun things with it. So tonight I thought we might make a card. I'm going to start with the normal way, which is half a sheet of A4 Whisper White. Sorry, not Whisper White. I still say Whisper White. Basic White Thick. Okay, let me just grab my bone folder. Oh, hey, Linda. Nice to see you. Not Martin. And let's have a little think. Now, I've already pulled out, I did a little, this is a mint macaron piece, and I've cut it with the largest of the stylish shapes squares. Really, really great. These are awesome, okay? And then I'm thinking, well, what would that look nice with? I could put it on, so we've got, like, it would look nice on this, but I think maybe it blends in too much. So we want more contrast. Looks a little bit better on the other side, but I still think it's not enough contrast. So I'm thinking maybe I might go with either a black and white. This is the garden green. I don't mind the smaller square with the garden green. That's quite nice. And I quite like the black and white. That's really nice. Actually, the black and white is probably where I'm going to go. I like this one. What's on the other side? Let's have a look. Oh, we've also got the diagonal. So, okay. So if we're going to put this on something on a card, will we go with the diagonal or will we go with the straight up and down? So the straight or the diagonal. I'm going to pick one of these. So as usual, I'm making this up as I go, which is actually how I like to create. I like to make it up on the fly. The black and white, yep, Jody. So now the question is, do we go diagonal or do we go with the straight up and down? So diagonal says Jody. Jody's first. I'm sorry, Solvega. You said straight, but Jody beat you. I'm so sorry. Oh, and then we have Sally saying straight as well. Anyway, well, let's see how we go. I'm thinking, seeing as I picked the black and white, maybe I will use a piece of black cardstock underneath. So let me grab my black. I find black cardstock a little bit softer than most other cardstock. So here's something interesting that you may find useful. I find that this is a little bit softer. And with that in mind, sometimes when you cut your, oh, Jody's saying, sorry, straight girls. Sometimes when you cut your black cardstock, you get a furry edge and you think, why is this happening? And that is because usually if your blade is not brand new, the black cardstock is so soft that sometimes it starts to show. And the black is a great way of telling whether or not you're going to have to start thinking about changing your blades. It usually is a reminder to me that my blades are going to need changing soon, but just because I get a furry end on the black doesn't mean I'm going to get a furry end on other cardstock. It's just a little softer. But my blade is obviously nice and sharp because that didn't happen that time. All right, so I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to cut it 1/2 centimeter smaller. So which way will I go? I might go this way. So we're going to go, the base piece, the black piece is 10 centimeters across. So this is going to be 9.5. It's going to be 1/2 centimeter smaller than the other. And it was 14.3, so this is going to be 13.8. So it's 1/2 centimeter shorter on both sides, okay? And that's going to make it fit in here perfectly, which it does. All right, so let's just grab some seal. And I'm going to pop that right in the middle of this so it's got that little bit of a border all the way around. Now, something I love to do, guys. Oh, what happened? The picture's gone again. Well, that's weird. What is going on with my phone tonight? That doesn't make me happy. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's back. I don't know, guys, what's going on here. Are you getting sound now? Are you getting sound now? I did have a wonderful day, Margaret, but I don't know whether anyone can hear me. Silent movie. Have we got sound now? Let me know if we do. Okay. All right. So this is what's happened. For some reason, my phone, I don't know why, but it's mucking up. And what I do is I can only have one audio source. Okay, normally I turn the sound off on my computer and use the sound on my phone. So if the sound on my phone goes, that means there's no sound because my computer's sound is turned off. So I've turned my computer sound back on. So now it's receiving me through the computer instead of the phone. I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but I don't seem to be able to get any sound from my phone. So that is very odd, and I don't know what's going on. But let me try again. We'll see what we can do. I just want you to be able to see the desk. It doesn't really matter where the sound comes from. Nope. This is going to be bad if you can't see what I'm doing, because it wants to not make sound and not make pictures either. Ha! Okay. So this is going to be really interesting because I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you here, and let's see what we can do. Gremlins. Yeah, I do, Ellen, and I might have to do that. But given that we're halfway through the video, I'm just going to turn this down, and I'm going to try and do, can you guys kind of see it if I do it here on the desk? Would that work? And I'll just hold it up so you can see what I'm doing. Does that make sense? How will that go? So it's a bit of a different view tonight. I am so sorry, but this is what we've got. Now, before we started, here are the dies, and all right. I don't think I'm going to be able. Oh, okay. I wonder. All right, let me try right now. I'm going to actually. I'm going to do a hard restart, as Ellen suggested, of my phone and see. If I can get it to work. I'm very sorry about this.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there's Siri. Siri's sorry too. Everyone's sorry. I'm going to leave that for now. All right. So I'll keep this really simple and, yeah, just interesting. So what I was thinking was I've cut a couple of wreaths already with the wreath dies. So let's have a look at those. But I'm actually going to stamp one because I want to show you how nicely it stamps. All right. So I've picked a couple of different options here. Like, for example, this is, I wouldn't use it with this mint macaron, but this is soft succulent. And then this is evening evergreen over the top. And it's that beautiful evening evergreen glitter. Can you see the glitter? See that? It's really pretty. So, well, this is going to be an interesting video for the books, isn't it? Oh, well. The other thing is I have already put to the block, I've put this beautiful wreath stamp and also the bow. So here's the thing. This stamp has got what they call distinctive stamps. So you get the dark and the light in one stamping, which is actually really beautiful. So I'm going to use Evening Evergreen. I've got my stamp here, and I've got some basic white. Is this difficult for people to see? No, I don't know what's happened, Jody. It's just, I just hate not being able to deliver. Not that I expect perfect. You guys know I never expect perfect, but I do like things to obviously work, and I like it to be easy for you. So anyway, this is just what happens sometimes. All right, so I don't know if you can see. I want to show you this, how beautiful this stamp is. Can you see it's dark and light, and it's really lovely. Can you see it? Okay, so there's that. And then I can cut that out with the dies. So we have a couple of dies that work with this. And this one here is the one that I want to use. So you can see it's kind of an interesting die shape. And I'm going to line this up. So let me find where it lines up. Actually, that one there might be the one. That's it right there. Okay, so here's a little tip. There's one that sticks out a bit more than all the others, and you can see there's a nodule that sticks out more than all the others. Okay, that's where you line it up, all right, which makes it a lot easier. Okay, and then we run that through. So now you guys are getting a totally different perspective tonight, all right? I'm going to pull my Big Shot in. No, not my Big Shot. My cut and emboss machine. Do you think I'm ever going to get used to saying big cut and emboss machine? I don't know. I don't know if I ever will. Never ever, probably. So I'm going to pop this here and line it up with that little knobbly one that's sticking out. And I'm going to pop this through. I was going to do a second card, but maybe you wouldn't want to see a second card in this perspective. If this is difficult for you guys to see, I'll do the one card tonight and I'll just come back with an extra one next time. But if you are finding this okay, I'm happy to go on. It's only a really simple card anyway. All right, so I know, can you see now how nicely this cuts out? Isn't that lovely? Very, very pretty. All right, so I've got those ones I cut out earlier, but I really do like the way the stamped one looks on here. Don't you think? That's nice. You think? It's a good perspective. Oh, don't worry, Carol, I'm having technical issues tonight, so it's kind of interesting. So don't worry about being late. All right, I'm going to use dimensionals behind my wreath to pop it up off that mint macaron square. And it's worth mentioning, everything you see me using tonight is available for purchase. So if you see something and you think, oh, I'd love to add that to my collection, you can shop through my online store. And if you have questions, just send me a message. You can either send me a message on Facebook, or you can send me a message through YouTube, or you can send me an email. And the email address, if you would like it, I'll pop it up for you. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. All right, so there is one of the stamps that's in the Cottage wreath set is the little tiny Merry Christmas. Where is it? Here, this one. And I've got already got it on a block. It's little, so I've got it on block A, and I'm going to use Evening Evergreen again. And I'm going to I've got a I've got a little label here that I've popped it on, and right, so I'm going to pop some dimensionals behind the square. This is very interesting. I would normally consider this a bad perspective, but you know what? It's okay. And sometimes you just got to make the best of what you got, right? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. All right, so I'm thinking it needs, okay. I'm going to put that on last. I've got my bow punch here, which I thought would be really nice. And I've got my favorite gorgeous, this is the Evening Evergreen Glimmer from the Lights Aglow bundle, suite, I should say. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to punch a couple of these out. I don't know if I'm going to need more or not, so I'll do 2 to start with, and then we'll see if we need more. All right, so I'm deciding, do I want these to come out of the bottom of here, or do I want them to come out from behind the wreath? So can you see here what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to pop them in so they come out from behind. I think that does look nice. So It's either that or they come out from behind the square, but no, I think they look better coming out from behind the wreath. So to attach these, I think glue dots need to be the way to go. Let me find some glue dots. Oh, I'm nearly out of a roll again. I go through glue dots like a lot. I love them. They're such a good adhesive and they're great for sticking on things that are not easy to stick on. So, you know, unusual shaped embellishments, buttons and all that kind of stuff, they are fantastic for. I actually have a customer, I don't know if she's watching tonight, who uses them in her cake decorating. And if before you get too shocked about that, not only does she do beautiful cake decorating work, but the mini glue dots she points out to me are non-toxic. It says so right on the pack. So she said there's no, what's the harm in using them in cake decorating? So she does. So there you go. That's something different, but you didn't know that. Or maybe you did. All right, so I've got 3 at the moment coming out from behind, which gives a little bit of bling there. And I thought about at one point putting this across the middle of the wreath like this. And then I thought about putting it down below. What do you guys think? Do you think it should go down below or do you think it should go across the middle? And I think the wreath needs something. So let's do, let's have some fun with our Pearlized Effects. That's these guys. All right. These are also in that suite as well. They're called Pearlized Enamel Effects, and they're great for dotting on some berries, which I think looks fantastic. Okay, what's everyone saying? Behind, below, middle, below. Lots of different ones. Who was first, though? Hey, Katrina. Nice to see you. Fine, keep going. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So I'm just scrolling here. Below, says Ellen. Okay, we're going to go below. But I'm going to put some of these Pearlized Effects. Now, I don't know if you can see there. It's like a little dot of glue, but this one is red. It comes in 3 colors, red, white, and black. And these are great for adding, you know, like little berries or something like that. I did a class with these a couple of months ago, and just about everybody wanted a pack of them. They love them, and they are really fun. The only thing is they take a little while to dry, so I am not going to be, there we go, so you can see what a difference that makes, right? It makes the card totally look better immediately, in my personal opinion. You can actually see them on there because of the light behind, because I've got my lamp over here, and you can actually see how they are raised from the background. Look at that. All right. I'm very, very excited and kind of embarrassed about the fact that I'm doing this the way I'm doing it tonight, but I'm excited too because somehow we're making it work, right? And that's a good thing. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, so I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind here. I'm going to be very careful and not touch these. I think you need a good 30 minutes or so to make them touch dry. And the longer you can leave them, the better. And everyone who was commenting before said that this should go below. So this is what this is looking like now. Now, I am not going to put this down and put my glue on the back because guess why? My Pearlized Effects would be totally ruined. I don't want to do that. It's kind of risky once you add them. You don't want to be doing anything much at all. So I'm going to do something I wouldn't normally do. I'm going to open up and I'm going to actually do this not on the table. I'm using my Tombow multi-purpose. Really what I should have done, if I was smart, which, you know, there's a good reason that I didn't do it, is the fact that it would have been smart to stick this down and add the Pearlized Effects last. That would be the smart thing to do. And then what you do is you put this somewhere where you're not going to put anything on top of it and you're not going to You're not going to mess with it, okay? You're going to have it somewhere nice and safe. I usually put mine over on the windowsill over at the back of my desk because I don't normally put anything there. But this is how the card is looking. What do we think? Do we like it? Is that blinging enough? We've got sparkly or glimmer paper for the leaves, the evening evergreen, and the pearlized effects are also a little bit sparkly. I hope that's enough bling for you, Jody. What do you think? Oh, thanks, Megan. Thank you very much. So that's how the card turned out. I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. So I will, when this is dry, I'll get it photographed. It'll probably be up on the Facebook page and Instagram page tomorrow. So the other thing, you know, it's a little bit of a cheat thing, but that's the other thing that Friday nights and Sunday nights do for me is they, you know, I'll let you see my face for a second, is that they give me stuff to post during the week, because if I do a couple of cards on a Friday night, then I've got something to post on Saturday and something to post on Sunday, and the same with Sunday night. So it's like a cheap way of getting extra stuff done. So it's really good. All right, so we're going to do another one. Yeah. All right. I've got something else here on the floor. So you don't normally see me scrabbling around on the floor, but today you do. You're seeing it all. Going to move my big shot plate away. I'm going to close up my evening evergreen ink pad because I don't need that again. All right, and now you can see this is kind of like a behind the scenes tour tonight. So now you can see how easy it is when I'm using my stuff. I just grab my ink pad straight out, and the way I've got my ink pads, for anyone who wonders how this might work, okay, so here is all my ink colors. This is the bottom 5 is the last year's ink colors, and the top 5 is this year's ink colors. Then I've got up the top, I've got brights, then I've got subtles, I've got regals, and I've got neutrals. So I do each ink pad block has 5 slots in it. So this is 2, this is 2, and so on. So the 2 houses this year's and last year's ink colors, and then I've got 2 for all the regals because there's 10 of each in the color families. So I know, right, Ellen? There's actually organization involved in that, and you know that's not like me because I am not someone who I would consider organized, but I do have a system that works for me. So, so there you go. There you go. So anyway, now you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. So there you go. Oh, and you're getting to see a little bit different tonight because my phone's not working. So we're doing it all with the computer, and I didn't think that would be possible, but that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go back down to the desk, and we're going to show you the next thing. All right, so this is another paper that I got this week that I only just got, and I've been going to get it for ages because it's beautiful. And this is the beautiful Awash with Beauty paper. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. On the back is where you find not only the name of the DSP, but also all the colors that are in it, which is always a handy thing. So in this paper, we have Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Merry Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Polished Pink, and So Saffron. They're the colors in this paper. So you can see most of the colors in this piece here. And you can see we've got one that comes down from the top and one that comes up from the bottom. Okay, so this paper lends itself well if you cut it at the 6 inch mark right across here, then you'll get, you know, this half and that half identical. So it's a nice thing, and that's the one I was thinking of using tonight. But let's have a look at all the rest. So on the back of that one, we've got our Blushing Bride. It's kind of like, I don't know if I'll get it up close so you can see. There we go. And what else have we got? This one, they're all really pretty, and there's a beautiful stamp set to match that I don't have yet. Okay, so and on the back there's our Granny Apple Green. Interesting kind of a wash look. Then we've got this little guy, just little pretty watercolor kind of flowers. They have a watercolor look to them, more Blushing Bride on the back there. Then we've got, this is nice. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I like that. So that's Calypso Coral flowers and Mossy Meadow leaves. A little bit of Balmy Blue in there as well. Can you see the Balmy Blue? And on the back we've got Balmy Blue. Like little tulips on the back there or something like that. So I like that one too. That one's very springtime to me, so we might have to do something with that because it is spring now. I noticed all my freesias when I came home. Before I left, I went and had a look in the garden to see if the freesias were coming yet, and they weren't. I saw a couple of buds that would come out, but they hadn't started to actually come out, and I've come home, and of course they're all coming out. And there's lots of purples, lots of beautiful colours. See, this is nice. Isn't that pretty? I love that one. And on the back, got some Mossy Meadow little flower design in there. And a couple more. There's only one more design. There's two of each sheet. So this is really pretty as well. And on the back, look at that. That's polished pink, that pink. It's really nice with the white, isn't it? So there you go. That's the paper. Isn't it lovely? It is gorgeous paper, I know. So I'm going to use this one because I think this makes really quick and easy cards. So let's pop this down. And like I said, you can just cut it straight down the middle if you want to. And I think I will for the purpose of this exercise. So here's the thing about the trimmer, okay? If you butt this, there's like a little lip here along the edge of the trimmer. And if you put your paper in and butt it right up against that, that's the 6-inch mark. And it will hold it in place for you. So that perfectly cuts your 12 by 12 paper in half. Okay, so we've got 2 halves now. But I'm going to actually keep that out because I'm going to, which one do I want? Oh, this one. So I'm going to cut this at 9.5 centimeters, just like we did before. And you can decide whether, now I'm going to have to make it shorter, okay? Because I want it, this is a 10 centimeter wide by 14.3 centimeter background. So here's my background piece up, so you can see that's going to fit. So the question is, do we want to have more of the white at the top and less of the grass at the bottom, or do we want to go the other way and do we want to have less? So, you know, you can either chop some off the top or chop some off the bottom. Either way looks good. I like a little bit of white space. So I'm actually thinking maybe I'll cut a little bit of each off. So let me take a little bit off here, about 1 centimeter. And then from the top, so this is going to be 13.8 because it's got to be half a centimeter smaller, or 5 millimeters smaller. So it's going to fit inside this piece here. So there we go. It's going to be the perfect size. Can you see that there? Right, and we've got our Mossy Meadow piece around. Mossy Meadow is a really interesting color. I love Mossy Meadow. I use it probably up until we had Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. I would say I use Mossy Meadow the most of all the greens. I've been using those two, the Soft Succulent and the Evening Evergreen, more with Christmas in mind, but I still do love Mossy Meadow. I think it's in the neutrals. When they first put Mossy Meadow, Merry Merlot, and Night of Navy in the neutrals, I'm like, what are they thinking? Those colors are colors. They're not neutrals. But you know what? They're absolutely right, because we use them like neutrals. They go with everything. We use them almost as much as we use a neutral. Okay, so can you see how pretty this is? So this is like world's easiest card, guys, because you hardly have to do any stamping. I am going to stamp a sentiment, but I'm going to fold my basic white thick paper in half and flatten down the edge with my bone folder. And I'm going to use, you could use steel or you could use Tombow multi-purpose. I've got my Tombow multi-purpose handy, so I'm just grabbing it and using that, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, this one's nearly empty. Look at that. I go through these things like nuts. Goodness me. Like crazy. All right, so that's sitting on there quite nicely. And the Mossy Meadow is a nice, because it really blends in with all the leaves and everything, it's a really great background. Like I said, it's like a neutral. All right, so it's going to go straight onto my card like this. If you're looking for quick and easy, look for paper like DSP that can be used for quick and easy cards. So something that is just going to be a great background that you can add a sentiment and it's practically done. Sometimes that's all you want to do. All right, let me pop that down. And earlier I found myself out of my little scrap bucket. Ellen calls hers her use it up box, so she's got leftovers from other cards and things. I actually have a bag. That's my little bag of bits and pieces left over from other cards. Probably a box would be better organization, but anyway. So I've actually got this little vellum circle, and I'm going to use it with this little die cut. This one is from the Lights Aglow. Is it Lights Aglow? Dies, the ones that the Brightest Glow bundle. That is such a beautiful set of dies. If you're looking for a really great set of dies, I mean, how beautiful is that label? Isn't that gorgeous? Love, love, love it. So I'm deciding what sentiment I'm going to put on there though. So I probably need to stamp a sentiment before I do anything. I've got a few sentiment sets that I just all the time come back to. I like the Cottage Rose Best Wishes. That's a really good one because Best Wishes is really good and goes with everything. This is actually a new set. I don't want to use that one. So yeah, this Best Wishes, I could use that. Or another one that I use a lot is, it's just a sentiment set. Where is it? Of course, I won't be able to find it now. I want it. You know what? Also, this thanks is really nice. That should fit on there quite nicely. So let's use our thanks from Artistically Inked because it's a nice, yeah, that's going to fit on there really beautifully actually. So let me grab, and you can see also this is where I have all my blocks and things. So it's really easy for me to halfway through a video just to reach in there and grab my blocks. I'm going to go with Mossy Meadow. I get those two mixed up because they both start with M and then they've got nothing to do with each other, but I do still somehow manage to get them mixed up. Just the name, I mess it up from time to time. Sorry about I was going to say my head's in the picture, but it's not. My head is not in the picture because my phone's not above. Excuse me. All right, how about that? That fits really nicely. Look, doesn't that look good? Isn't that a beautiful die? Love, love, love it. All right, so I'm going to close that up. Keep Jody happy. Yep, we like easy cards. Easy cards are good. Okay, so I've got two dimensionals behind here. I'm going to use my this circle. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little bit of an impression around the outside. It's from the Beautiful Shapes dies. But I always love a little bit of vellum behind. See, it looks really lovely. Now, we're going to go up the top? No, I don't think so. You know what I should have done? Oh, it's a little bit late now because I stuck that down. But you know what it would have been really, really good is if I had used my Balmy Blue blending brush and had done a little bit of blended sky up the top. That would have looked really good. Oh, could I do it? Let me see. Let me see if it's possible to do. So I'm going to put, so this is a bit of, this is not the way to do this. Okay, you're meant to do this before you stick it down. But let's see if this can be done. It doesn't, I'm really close to the edge with my paper. And I'm going to grab my blending brush. Now my blending brushes I keep in a drawer down the bottom here. And I'm going to grab my Balmy Blue. Well, isn't it good that I didn't wear my pajama pants tonight? Not that you guys would care, but sometimes I wear my pajama pants and you guys don't even know, but tonight you would. All right, let me see if I can do this. I'm either going to make a giant mess of it or it's going to look really good. I kind of messed this up a little bit in here in the corner. That's okay. It's okay. But you get the idea. See how much nicer that looks? Even if I hadn't messed up the corner up here. it still looks much better than just the white. And I've got my thanks here. And I'm thinking I might just pop it in the middle. And I could put sticky behind here. I could put more dimensionals and lift it up higher, but I'm actually just going to use my seal. And we'll just stick that down. So my son has his year 11 exams tomorrow. Just like that. Right, now I'm deciding, it does, of course, Jodie, need bling, okay? And I've got some right here. Here are my very, very wonderful iridescent rhinestones. Now, these guys, all right, these are fabulous. If you are interested, I am offering until the end of today. So this is actually day 5. I had my stamp anniversary earlier this week. It was my 16th year with Stampin' Up. And I offered just for the 5 days from the 7th, which was the actual anniversary, until the end of the week, that you could place an order of, if your order was over $100, you'd also get, on top of everything else that you get a pack of iridescent rhinestones. I love these things. I use them all the time. Okay, so they're my favorite embellishment at the moment. So I thought that would be a fun thing to send out for orders over $100. That will end tonight. I did consider, because I actually have a few more packs of rhinestones left, and I did consider extending it for another day. If you are placing an order tomorrow and you've listened to this video tonight, send me a message and I will also include you, okay? But that's just for people who send me a little message and tell me that they'd like a pack of rhinestones with their order as well. So that will continue for tomorrow, Monday, what's tomorrow? The 12th, okay? So there we go. I'm thinking this still needs something, and I think that is going to be seam binding ribbon, which I think will finish this off. All right. So I've got a little bit of, I like seam binding ribbon to finish something off because it's soft and you can do a really small bow with it and it's not overwhelming. It doesn't take over your project. So it's a nice little finishing touch without going crazy. And it's such pretty ribbon and so nice to tie. Soft and easy to work with. Right, let me grab my ribbon scissors. And then we're just going to pop that just down here and just near, actually I'll go to the other side. Oh, no, I won't. I'm going to go right there. I'm going to use a glue dot. There. There we go. Just like that. There we go. I'm going to call it a finished card. What do you think? Do we like it? It's very simple. Very, very easy. Yeah, well, good thing I was wearing pants tonight, hey? Just as well. Yeah, a dauber maybe between the flowers, that's a possibility, but I actually don't mind. I just wanted the top to look like it was blended from the top down. And like I said, I messed up the corner a little bit here, but that was because I didn't do it before I stuck it down, so that's my own fault. But there you go, just a simple little card. So there we go. We did 2 cards tonight. Where are they? I managed to lose the other card already. Oh, no, that's right. It's sitting over on the windowsill, drying. There's the first one, and there's the second. Totally different cards, completely different, but looking really pretty, I think. So there you go. They're the next couple of posts you're going to see from me are these cards. So, right. Well, I better get this phone fixed up because I'm going to need it for my craft along event later in the month. Who is coming to the craft along event? So some of you would know. Oh, thank you very much, Sol Vega. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I'm doing a craft along event. So what this is, okay, it's the first time I've done it. Oops, my card just fell over. Did it fall over on the, no, they're okay. It's all good. Don't panic. On the 24th of September, Sydney time, 2 p.m, okay, I'm going to be doing a live crafting event. So it's a lot like these Friday night and Sunday night things. The difference will be, there's a couple of differences. First of all, if you placed an order with me last month for over $60, you're going to be receiving a supply pack to make the project. So I've actually got one here. They're going out in the next couple of days. I've already got some bundled up, as you can see. And this is what's going to be in the pack. So I'm treating a little bit like my technique classes here at home. So the first thing that's in there is, you're thinking, what is she doing? Okay, does anyone know what these are? I've been using these in my classes for years. Okay, they're actual game, you know, the little pockets. I think, oh, was that my daughter in the driveway? No, it's not. Like little pockets for gaming cards, you know, like softball cards, or, you know, football cards or whatever. Or Pokemon cards, all that sort of stuff. But what's really great is they're also really fantastic if you make the right size, which is 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Okay, you can also fit them, fit in sample cards. So whenever I do a class here in my home studio, we make a sample card first that fits in here, and gradually they fill their little things. I've got customers who are on their third one of these. They put all the different sample cards in from each class they come to. They write on the back what the technique is. Sometimes they even write how to do the technique on the back. And this is a really great way of keeping track of all the techniques that they've done in classes. So because this is the first online one that I've done, I'm sending one of those out to everyone who does that this month with me. So yeah, like ATC holders. That's right, Megan. Yep, exactly. So I'm going to be including those in the supply pack that goes out, and then everything else is supplies to make the card. Okay, so there's all little bits and pieces. There's your it's a watercolor card that we're doing. All right, so I've got your DSP in there. I've got the watercolor piece for the card. I've got some die cuts. I've got some iridescent rhinestones. And I've also got a couple of smaller pieces of watercolor paper that you're going to be using to practice on. So we're going to start by learning the technique. We'll do it step by step together, okay? And you'll practice on these bits. And then when I've got 2 of those. If you're happy with those and you want to add them, you can put them in your little folder, and then you're starting to keep a little record of the different techniques that you've done. So that is the plan, and these are going out. I'm hoping by Tuesday they should be in the mail. So if you placed an order of $60 or more last month, you're going to get one, okay? And then next month, I'm going to have a different one, okay? So if you place an order of $60 or more this month, okay, you're going to get a supply pack next month for next month's project. So this is something that I'm trialing at the moment to see how it goes, because it was really difficult for me to run the online class in the same way with 4 cards, and the numbers have been going bigger and bigger, and it has become a huge amount of effort. And with being away for so much this month and last month, it was just not going to be possible in terms of time. So I'm trying this to see how it goes, and if everyone really loves it, then I'll keep it going, and we'll see. I cut all of what by myself? Believe me, last month and all the other months that I've been doing for since before the pandemic started, I've been doing 3 or 4 cards every month with online classes, and they've been getting, like I said, bigger and bigger. So that has been a huge amount of cutting, which it was worth it. It was fantastic. But this month and last month, I just did not have the time. So I'm starting with a new idea, and we're going to see how that goes, because I'm doing one project, but I'm also going to do samples, and we're going to make them together online. We're going to do it live. So you'll be able to ask me questions. You'll be able to ask me to slow down if I'm going too fast. You'll be able to, you know, take your time and work along with me, and we're going to make some great stuff together. So I'm really hoping that you will really enjoy this craft along event. So this time it's the 24th of September. I'll announce on that day, I'll announce when the next one is, but it's usually going to be around about the 3rd week of each month, okay, to give me time to get the kits out to you and to get it all set up. Now, as well as that, after the video, if you place that $60 order last month, you're also going to receive a set of free tutorials that are like exclusive to you. They're unlisted, so there'll be video links that I'll send you for several more projects with watercolor techniques. Okay, so different techniques I'm going to be adding, and you're going to get those as well. Okay, so you're going to get the supplies and you're going to get the tutorials. For those of you who didn't order with me for any multitude of reasons, maybe you don't live in Australia, or maybe you're a demonstrator, or maybe you just haven't ordered yet, whatever the reason might be, you can purchase those tutorials if you wish. So I'll have all the details coming up for you, but I'm excited. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's a new way of doing it. I love teaching. I really enjoy it. It's something I've always, something a little interesting thing you might not know about me is I actually have a teaching degree. I have an adult education degree, so I've never actually taught in schools, but I have done training for adults. And so the fact that I love to do creative things, this was kind of like a perfect match up for me. This job really works for me, and I love, love, love to teach. So, so I'm very excited to do this, and I'm hoping that the Saturday afternoons it's called a craft along event, craft along creative event. I'm hoping that you guys are going to really enjoy them, and they're like an add-on to our. I'm not stopping the Friday nights and Sunday nights, but these Saturday once a month will be an add-on to that. So I hope that you'll join me. And if you can't watch live, don't worry, you can watch the replay. It's a public video. You don't have to have a special link or anything. Everyone can watch the video. So if you can't watch it at the 2 p.m. time slot, you can watch it at a time to suit you, and you can make up the projects yourself. So there you go. Yes, Megan, I cut all the kits, and I do all my cutting for all my classes and everything. So yeah, it's something that I have been doing for years. I've been doing this for 16 years, so it's been a long time. So don't forget, if you're ordering this month, then you get to be part of the supply pack for next month and the tutorials for next month. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. Yes, you can watch if you don't have the kits. Exactly, you can. And you'll still learn things, and you'll still, I'm sure, still really enjoy it. It's just like a little bit of an extra perk for people who've ordered to get the supply packs, because it is fun working with the supply packs. I get that. It's a little bit like coming to an actual class. Okay, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me. You can either send me a message or contact me anytime during the week. I'll put my email address up in case anyone has any questions for me that they wish to ask. So this is my email address. There it is on the screen, lindastampsau@gmail.com. That's me. Okay, so how did we go tonight? Given that we lost the phone, I don't know why, and I will try and sort that out, but I think we went okay. Did everyone enjoy that anyway? Oh, that's good. That's really good, Monique. Thank you. The theme for next month, I am still deciding for absolute certain, because I'm trying to toss up between two. So so just leave it with me, because I'm not going to announce it just yet. I'm still deciding. But I have already made some notes, and I think I know how I might go, but I just want to make sure. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it, Katrina. That's really cool. Now, don't you guys forget that we have lots of fun things coming up. There is Stampin' Up is also doing a craft along event on the 1st of October for World Card Making Day, and they are going to be using 3 stamp sets in those ones. If you have them, then you can use them. They're using the Cottage Rose stamp set. They're using the Cottage Wreaths, the one you just saw me use tonight, and they're also using a new one called Warm Welcome, which is from our upcoming January catalog. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. So that they're going to be doing an early release of that. You can actually purchase those now, and I should put some details up about that for you on my Facebook page so you can see. The Cottage Rose set that they're going to use, I'm also using the Cottage Rose set for my craft along. So if you're getting it for the craft along, or if you've already got it, then you'll be able to get it for, you'll be able to use it on the 1st of October as well. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a fantastic week. I hope it's a really great week for you ahead. I hope I get some sleep so that I can actually function properly next weekend. That'd be great. And we'll do a fun fold cut together. All right. See you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.